type rain at Chatsworth into a leading search engine and you get no fewer than 25,300 results. As a control exercise, type red hot bubble buttered Latin MILF into the self-same leading search engine and you get a mere 5,600 results. The conclusion is inescapable: if you're going to play cricket at Chatsworth, you'll end up wetter than a haddock's under flaps.
And so it proved. However, as any local newspaper hack will tell you, when you're covering a major bank holiday event, and the weather intervenes, you just have to start your report with the line, "That rain failed to dampen the spirits at, insert event here, and all will be well." And so, again, it proved. We were wet, the ground was treacherous, but didn't we have a lovely time, the day we went to Chatsworth?
After the debacle of a fortnight ago, when the Swan smote us mightily, we gained a fat chunk of revenge in the first innings. Getting first use of a pitch that was about as reliable as the Southern Californian Child Protection Services, our really rather somewhat improved batting lineup racked up an excellent 137 for 3 from 20 overs. Kev led the way with a cracking 46 not out, with fine support from an increasingly chuntery and out-of-breath John, 28, and righty, 22 not out. Kev's lusty hitting was particularly noted by Ian's finger, which could not have looked more bruised if it had been married to Sean Connery for 30 years. Allegedly.
The Swan fielded well, Dave's excellent diving catch being a highlight, and the wildly athletic Francis caught the eye with his bowling, although a certain pikey captain did manage to flog him for 11 in 1 over. I'm sorry, but I just had to mention that my wretched life is nourished by such crumbs.
In reply, the Swan never really recovered from being reduced to 95 for 8 by the end of their innings, although I might be getting ahead of myself here.
All 7 of our bowlers, used in the first innings, took wickets, and only 3 batsmen, Francis, Nick, and Andy, made it into double figures. Special mention must go to Kev H's special start to his special first over. Kev pinged his first delivery down, dot ball. He then spazzed his second delivery about a foot forwards, and 2 yards to the left, wide ball. His next effort was, just as scopy, wide ball Mark II. Dark thoughts in Kev's head, dark mutterings among the batsmen, a trap was spoken of. In reality, there was no trap, Kev's bowling was just rhyming with it. And just when we all feared for a bowling meltdown, Kev changed his grip, and took a wicket with his very next ball. He then went on to take another wicket, and bowled that rarest of things, a maiden. Top work.
Top work was also done by John in the field. His legs are now so shot that every time I see him hobble after the ball, the theme tune to Steptoe and Son starts playing in my head. But, like the real IRA, he will never surrender, and his dedication to the cause, helped in no small measure by 5 ibuprofen tablets, should be an inspiration to us all.
2 innings complete first blood to us. And then it rained.
Batting orders were bastardized, lesser bowlers given top billing, and the scores started to suffer. Only one man bestrode the game of cricket like a colossus in pads, box and steamed-up spectacles. Arise, Sir Kev H, thou didst score 38 mighty runs in a not quite competitive enough 94 for 9, assisted by a typically jaunty 11 from Gary, a typically dogged 11 from Scampy and a typically when will it ever end 9 not out from Adrian, the Wall, Louis.
All the Swan bowlers had an impact, with 2 wickets apiece for Francis, Trig and Nick. And Captain Fantastic Ian unselfishly put himself on at the end, so he could take 3 cheap wickets, when the batsmen were sacrificing themselves for the cause of big fat sloggy runs.
But there was only 1 wicket that brought ecstatic cheers from both teams. Paul Dearson, who took 3 excellent wickets himself, was the victim, spooning a shot that looped up into the air and insisted on travelling ever closer to Denny's. Den refused to flinch. She steadied herself, cupped her hands and the ball stuck. And so yet another piece of cricketing history, Den's first catch, graced this most marvellous of fixtures.
By the time the Swans batspersons waded out to the middle, the conditions began to resemble a BNP Family Fun day, 2 parts comedy to 1 part danger. Luckily, comedy ruled the day, not least when the unfortunate Simon took a healthy swipe at his first delivery, missed, span round to avoid being stumped, fell over and watched from a soggy patch of despair as his bat slipped from his hand, and rolled onto his stumps.
Our revised attack bowled tremendously, considering the bar of soap they were expected to fling, but their best efforts could not dislodge that man Ian, who hit 62 unbeaten runs to steer his side to victory with 7 balls to spare. But Ian, before you get too full of yourself, just remember that there's no match-winning unbeaten half-century in team. And remember also that there surely can't be a third time, when I get you out, only to be reprieved by a no-ball called by Trig. No really, I'm not bitter.
So, honours even and a grand day out. The spirit in which the game was played was fantastic, a tribute to two teams determined to do their best without ever taking the game, or themselves, too seriously. I hope I speak for everyone when I say that this fixture deserves to run for many years to come.
Man of the match, Kev H. A cracking all-round display. Moment of the match, Den's catch. Good things come to those that wait. Thanks to everyone, and, hopefully, see you all next year, Dave. Oh Dave, you never phone me anymore. Please come back to me. I'll be waiting in the boot of the car.